Design is at the forefront of what we do. As designers, we believe that we have the heavy responsibility of shaping and steering the future of our environment and livelihood. Robotics have been used in industrial applications for over 50 years. Today, the rapid advancement of technology has enabled robots to join us in our living spaces, leaving the confines of automated factories. What we were shown in science fiction decades ago is actually happening today. This brings so many considerations into play: human-robot interaction and user experience, the emotional and psychological effect that presence in our lives bring, and of course, the value that they contribute in making lives better for everyone. We have to apply everything we know of design and even more that we're discovering along the way to really create the best possible outcome from this robotics revolution. Our robots are used everywhere, from national landmark buildings and airports to shopping malls in the heartlands across 28 countries worldwide. Our users span across languages and cultures with a vast range and levels of familiarity with technology. When designing our robots, we always start with three missions. The first, what are our users struggling with in their lives, and how can our robots really make an impact to improve them? The second, do not be counterproductive by causing frustration with the learning curve. How can our robots be as intuitive or even easier to use than consumer electronics? Lastly, how can we design our robots to have appearances and expressions that bring delight to the inner child in all of us? The part that feels the amazement or even disbelief to see and interact with something that only existed in our imagination and science fiction.
Design is so much more than just the way something looks. It's the whole thing. The way it works on so many different levels to achieve so many different things. It defines so much of a user's experience with the product, all while being understated, unobtrusive, and unassuming. The interface work that we have done in Lionsbot ecosystem of softwares is a clear representation of this understanding. It has a whole new layout, structure, and system that is coherent with the design ideology of our robots. The Lionsbot interfaces across the mobile app, dashboard, and the onboard touchscreen work seamlessly as part of the product ecosystem, bringing the robot's capabilities right to the fingertips of the users. From fine-tuned operations on a single robot to commanding entire fleets. Unifying the interfaces for a homogeneous experience is a design language distinctively characterized by the likes of neumorphism, creating the illusion of raised surfaces and indentations that is reminiscent of the design across our robots. In many ways, we have tried to design an interface that is unobtrusive, one where the design recedes, and in doing so, brings the most important information into focus. Distinct functional layers of hierarchy and a layout characterized by large tiles help recognition of key elements of the interfaces, making it easier to remember flows and breeze through them, no matter your experience level. While the design language of Lionsbot is completely new, it was crucial to us to make it instantly familiar. We've taken into account the tiniest details, like refining the typography that makes it easy to read and understand for our elderly users, to much larger ones, like perfecting the iconography across the platforms that is unique to our robots. Much thought went into how our majority users, the elderly, will view these interfaces, will touch these buttons and interact with these flows through rigorous testing and experimentation, all to find the perfect colors, contrast, and proportions. The Lionsbot ecosystem of products represent our finest understanding of designing with intention. To create it, we gathered a broad range of experts from design to engineering and development. From what we have achieved, we see this as the defining step in the right direction towards creating experiences that empower the cleaners of the world. We aim to equip these crucial members of our society with superpowers in the form of easy to use, powerful, and intelligent robots. And in doing so, forging the beginning to the future of cleaning.